Hi, everybody. How are you today? I see several people already here. I see Heather, Kim, Evelyn, and Danny. All right. How is everybody? All right. Danny has going back to work with her first sub job in a year tomorrow. All right. Congratulations. Let us know how it goes. All right, and Heather, sorry I missed your live on Friday. I had an appointment, and it is on my watch later list, so I am going to watch it. All right, and how is everybody? How was your booking frenzy? Mine was I got almost 40. I got like 38, but I don't have as many. I didn't have that many slots open. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, and Danny's asking Evelyn if she passed a test. I don't know what that is. Heather had a kid show up at 21 minutes and marked a student no-show. I had to put in a ticket to change. Okay. Completely booked. Good, Heather. Actually, if anyone's new or struggling with bookings, Labor Day weekend is the best time to get some bookings. A lot of teachers are going to be off. I'm off Saturday and Sunday of Labor Day, and I'm doing a reduced schedule for Friday and Monday. Speaking of, go ahead and tell me in the chat if I do a live next Monday, which is Labor Day, would you come or would you be too busy? Like husbands are home and people are out of town. Let me know if you'll come. Okay, so you guys, guess what? I went to my very first meetup on Saturday. Okay, and as you guys know, I love our group of friends and we all come to each other's live streams every single day. And I love that we know people all over the United States, but it was nice to meet people like right in my area. It was a really small meetup, which I like. I don't like big crowds. I'm not a big crowd kind of person. And if I ever am in a big group, I usually just like to talk to one person. So a small crowd was totally my thing. Yeah, so we all just painted. We this was already like traced for us, and all we had to do was fill it in. I'm planning on redoing my classroom. I've already like bought stuff to do it with, so I'm going to put this up. But any ideas, you guys, on how? Because sometimes, once in a while, I teach for GOGOKID, so I have to be able to take this off. I'm thinking about command strips has like a Velcro or something. Okay, and Evelyn is vacationing this weekend. Okay, and she hasn't gotten results back. All right, so I want to, since it was such a small crowd, like everybody won something. The girl who ended up winning the dyno was new, and I invited all the new people I met this past Saturday. We had like an invite Facebook page. I posted this there, so maybe some of them will come. If any of you that met me on Saturday are here, say hi in the chat box. Anyway, so I also got a little dino keychain, which like you have to sew and put it together. There are instructions to help you do it, but they're in Chinese, so the instructions aren't really going to help me. Got some stickers. I'll put these in my new classroom too, but again, I've got to find some way where I can take them off. I want a dino notebook, which every single night before bed, I write little notes about each student in my classes. So, and then it came with stickers too. And I'm doing a sticker book with some of my regulars. There's only a few stickers, so only my most special students I'm even going to tell about this, since there's so few of them. Yeah, so that was fun to actually meet people that live near me that do VIPKID too. There's actually like, and this was like in my small city, but I live in between two major cities. So if I wanted to drive and go to a meetup and probably meet more people too, I could. Maybe I will one of these days, but it was nice to do a small meetup. And it was fun. Let's see. All right. So if anyone's new and you're talking to me and you're not talking to each other, type big in the chat so I know you're talking to me. Evelyn's going on vacation this weekend. All right, Evelyn, where are you going? Anywhere fun? I have a wedding to go to. It is local, so I took Saturday and Sunday off. And then reduced schedule Friday and Monday, like I said earlier. Okay, Evelyn might lose us. All right. Okay, so yeah. How's everyone and how is your booking frenzy? Anyways, so I wanted to first tell you guys about how I've been feeling a little bit burned out lately. Okay, a lot burned out. Uh as some of you know, if you know what's going on in my personal life, I had a series of appointments I had to do the end of July. These appointments were an hour away, and they would take 4 hours to do these appointments. I would teach like 4 or 5 hours of classes, drive an hour, be at this appointment for 4 or 5 hours, sometimes drive more than an hour home if we ran into traffic. And this was every day for 5 days. And then right after that, we went on vacation to visit my in laws. So after we come back from vacation from visiting my in-laws, the kids have all their back to school stuff. So like literally we drove back from New York. It was a 9 hour drive. Had my daughter's school orientation Tuesday night, had my son's Wednesday night, had to get the school supplies. So this was 2 weeks of this. Then the first week of school starts. So anyways, you guys are getting the idea. I got really behind in my personal life, and I'm still behind. It's been several weeks. It's been almost a month. I'm behind on my laundry. I'm behind on like everything, to the point where like people are, the kids even are saying things to me, Mama, why didn't you do laundry over the weekend? It's like I can never catch up. So I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's not just about the job, it's the job and the personal life. So the problem is when you want to take time off, you have to plan 2 weeks in advance. Well, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, a lot of my students are canceling this week. I don't know if they're suddenly deciding. Most students start Monday, Labor Day. They don't celebrate Labor Day. So most of my students are starting school next week, and I wonder if they're taking a last minute vacation, because like I've had a lot of cancellations. So like tomorrow, my first 3 slots were not even booked before the frenzy, and I just closed them so I could sleep in tomorrow. Yeah. So and then next week, I'm already doing a reduced schedule for Labor Day, but then I just randomly picked a day. I just said Tuesday and closed all my slots. Why didn't I close Monday? I already had one booking on Monday. You know how they could book you 2 weeks in advance. So I already had one booking Monday. I was like, well, I may as well, and that booking was the last slot. So I just decided to start at the peak times and work like 6 classes, but then I took Tuesday off next week. So I just need to catch up. Plus, my sister and I are trying to like plan a birthday party for my parents, which I'm behind on the stuff I need to do for that. It's just so much going on. All right, I see a lot of big letters in the chat. I put Dino on a mug. Kentucky. Oh, I think I saw something about that. You're going to like the Creation Museum. If you ever watched 19 Kids and Counting, the Duggars had an episode where they went there. Yeah, I need to get some rest. I'm looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow. Your Heather's dishwasher broke and had to buy a new one. Yeah, we just got a new refrigerator, but we did the dishwasher a couple of years ago. I want to go glamping. Whenever we go camping, it's glamping. We do sleep in a tent. That's like the worst. We rough it, but we don't rough it that bad. We go to a place with a pool and things like that. What's happening in Hong Kong? Okay, yeah. Yeah, major things going on in China. Yeah, I should watch the news about that. And how hard it is to take time off. Yeah, well, Danny, you don't have this problem because you do the short notice bookings. But yeah, like you say, I need time off, and then you gotta. Okay, well, I can't take time off for 2 weeks. Big protests in China, anti-government protests in Hong Kong. Well, the government's even telling them what time to go to bed. Anyways, that's all I'll say about that. Yeah, because you guys all have kids. Does the government know it's best time for your kids to go to bed more than you as the parent? So yeah, I can't say I blame them. teach tomorrow before I sub. Okay, how many classes, Danny? It's not anti-government as much as against communism. Okay, yeah, well, yeah. All right, so I'm going to actually show you guys something. I've got to get it up on my iPad. Bear with me for a moment. Anyways, while I'm doing this, how were your classes this morning? Mine were good, uneventful, which is good. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the page that I want to show you guys. And okay, so I'm showing you on my iPad. My iPad has the old app, but I figured it'd be bigger. All right, so sorry, I'm seeing this opposite. If you guys can see, 364 days. Now, as you guys know, when it's midnight Beijing time, which is noon where I live, so that's only in an hour and a half, that's going to say 365. So today is the exact day that I have been at VIPKID for 1 year. I was so excited when I figured that out because then I could really truly on my live stream say it's been 1 year and tell you guys all about teaching for 1 year. Okay, so 4 then a break. Sounds like everybody's classes were good. Cancellation. Okay, thank you, Heather. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys about my year. For anyone who hasn't heard my whole story, I'll tell it a little bit, but I won't go into detail for those of you who have, so I don't bore you. All right, thank you for the congratulations. My throat hurts for talking. All right, so I got this job because I really, really, really needed an at-home job. As all of us do, I had a lot of appointments, as you guys already know. We need money coming in from everywhere because we had medical bills, so I was working outside the home, but I really wanted to be there more. I'm lucky that I have my parents to help, but I really, really wanted to find an at-home job. I looked into a lot of things. I actually got rejected the first time I tried applying for VIPKID, and I left it alone for several months. But I started looking into other things. Nothing paid as well. Most of the other things you do at home pay about half as much. And VIPKID, I was going to try again, but then I heard about this new company called GOGOKID. But I had already started the process for VIPKID at that time for the second time in the summer of last year. I even remember when I was at the beach, I was studying and practicing for my mocks. To make a long story short, with VIPKID, I went through Mock 1, Mock 2. After all of that, Mock 2, they rejected me, which was very discouraging because that took a lot of work. So then I decided to apply to GOGOKID. I was already planning on applying to GOGOKID, but I just wanted to get my VIPKID interview out of the way and everything. And GOGOKID had an easy hiring process. They've since very recently made it harder. And Kim, I hope you hear soon. But they didn't have a lot of interview times open. It's not as bad as it is now, but they didn't have a lot open. And same thing, you had to keep checking. You had to check in the morning. So I ended up finding a spot at 2 a.m. and I wanted an at-home job so bad. VIPKID had already rejected me that I did it. I took the 2 a.m. slot and interviewed. And then I got hired. And then a week later, VIPKID sent me an email and said, we'll give you another chance to do your mock 2. And I had to think about it. I don't know. You had already rejected me. I already got hired at GOGOKID. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. And so my daughter was actually the one that said, well, why don't you just try? It won't hurt. I figured, okay, I guess it could be a backup. I'll just do it. So I did, and I passed that one, obviously. I'm sure you guys knew how the story was going to end since I'm working here now. And so I just decided to open slots for both companies and see which one took off first. And VIPKID was the one that ended up taking off first. So I am glad that I didn't say no, and I decided to go ahead and do the second mock after being rejected. So yeah, exactly. Look at me now, Heather. All right. So this job, I actually thought that this was going to be like a supplemental job when things got slow at my freelance job or subbing. I never actually knew that it would take over and become my main job, and or that I could be so consistent and make good money here. So yes, I'm very happy. All right. So, I just will tell you things that I've learned from being a teacher over a year. And those of you who've been a teacher for a year or more, tell me if you agree with these things or what you think, what advice you should give. I know some of you have done videos. Danny did a video one year. Heather didn't open slots right away when I first started. I was scared. Oh yeah, I wanted. And Heather, for anyone doesn't know, was my first referral at VIPKID. So I had one other one at GOGOKID before her. Well, before she was my one at VIPKID, but she was my first at VIPKID, and she found me on YouTube. So all right, yeah. So I think one thing I think is that you should never ever stop learning. Keep trying to learn. When I first started, I was taking a lot of workshops. Then GoGoKid was offering incentives for their workshops. So I was taking workshops there. But even after months of being a teacher, I said, okay, I took something that I thought I wasn't good at, like feedback. Let's try to get better. Read Ed Nace's book on feedback or watch YouTube videos. I still watch people's YouTube videos, though I haven't been to a workshop lately. You heard about my schedule. Yeah, I don't have to, if I can't even do my family's laundry, I'm not going to go to a workshop. But, when I get time again, I will. Yeah, just keep learning. There's always something that you can continue to learn and continue to get better at. I research and learn more about teaching. Yes. Okay, nailing a broken chair while you listen, Evelyn. All right. So yeah, I think keep learning, keep doing things. So what do you guys think after a year? What are your reflections? Definitely keep learning, keep doing new techniques. I actually thought that, after a year you would get bored, but VIPKID has so many levels, so many classes. I keep certifying for new levels. They keep coming up with more supplementary courses that I find I'm really never getting bored. I do have a core amount of regulars that are all level 3 or beginning level 4 that are all doing the same lessons. So in that area, yeah, I have some of the same lessons with the level 3s. Like right now, they're all going through the city and farm, and they were all going through birds and mammals at the same time. But other than that, now we've got the leveled reading. There's just so many that I find that I don't get bored. Danny learned to shut up a little more. Yeah, well, I know you said on some of your videos that when you first started, you wanted to tell them all about you, and then you figured you want to learn more about them. In general, adults and children like to talk about themselves. If you can get people talking about themselves, they'll enjoy it more. All of us do, even us adults. So if we were taking a class, we would like it if someone talked about us. So yes, definitely. Yeah, and I know Kim said that you said you get bored at iTutor. Definitely, I would still consider iTutor for the outside hours of VIPKID, but I do like that I never get bored. Yeah, Kim likes the variety at VIPKID, the live chats. Me too. Because yeah, repetitive, but definitely I think you did a video saying don't be scared. iTutor's the only one with different hours, so for that reason alone, I would definitely consider them if my schedule changed. Heather hasn't heard from Cambly. They do take a while to get back to you. They took a while. So Cambly was supposed to be my very, very, very backup, and then I guess I haven't done a class yet because every time I have a chunk in my schedule, something happens. But since they pay so low, it's not as motivating either. So the kids don't bore me, just the lessons. I'm good at certain levels and get those levels often. Yeah, well, it's the same at VIPKID. A lot of them will recommend for other levels. So yeah, I'm happy. Like I never thought I would like this so much. And I don't even like my other job unless they contact me. I haven't even contacted them because I'm doing fine here. I make plenty of money. I'm able to schedule appointments afterwards. Um, Heather's constantly watching new gardening videos. Okay, so you're constantly getting better in other areas. Yeah, and I never thought it would take off like this, like it has. Like it can be a little bit tiring. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, you have the rest of the day," and you do in some aspects. Like I can schedule appointments every time, but at the same time, you are tired earlier, and I find myself going to bed earlier. So, anyways, sometimes, oh, back to me feeling overwhelmed. I even missed out on like my neighbors had like a not even an informal, like, come on over get together this weekend, which I had to miss because I was too tired from waking up at 4 on Saturday and getting up, knew I had to get up again on Sunday at 4. My husband went over there and had a great time. So, yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on life a little bit. But that's just what's going on right now. In general, I'm glad I've been here a year. I absolutely love it. Um, yeah. So, anyways, and I still once in a while work for GOGOKID. I think I told some of you this story, but I double dipped with GOGOKID and it was awesome. That is the advantage of two companies, you guys. VIPKID, the class canceled 2 hours ahead of time. So if anyone doesn't know, most of you do, you still get paid and the class doesn't rebook if it gets canceled. So it was only 2 hours ahead of time. I thought, what are the chances? But why not try? Opened my GOGOKID slot short notice and it booked. So I got paid by two companies for one slot. It was awesome. And I got to get, some hours at GOGOKID. So that was awesome. So Danny likes to take weekends off. Yeah, I'm debating I'm definitely going to take a day off a week, but I'm debating what day. It's the thing is, weekends are like the best time to get students. Like if I have blocks in my schedule, it's usually on a weekday. Weekends almost always book up, and then you're more likely to get a short notice if somebody does cancel right before right at 25 hours or something. But then I miss things like my neighbors having to get together. So, trying to decide. I did just take Tuesday off. This job makes me value that morning time to myself so much. Yeah. And I told you guys before, this is not my first job where I had to get up super early. So for me, when I heard the hours, I was like, oh, I've done that before. I used to work for a news show where I had to get up at 4 a.m. to be there on time. So getting up at 4 a.m., I've done that before. Let's see. Kim double dipped with VIPKID and iTutor. Yep, isn't it great when you can? That's the advantage of two companies. Those of you who only have one, I'm telling you. Heather's going to take days off, but not on a weekend. I need some time versus working 7 days a week, morning and night. Wow, Heather. Yeah, I can't do morning and night, although I accidentally opened a 9 p.m. when I thought it was 9 a.m. priority booking request last week, and I had to teach. And then guess what I did, guys? When you do that copy slots from the week before, I forgot to check. I didn't close that spot. So I have to teach again tomorrow night at 9:30. Oh, those kill me. I'm normally in bed by 9:30. Weekends are slower for me with VIPKID. I reduce hours on the weekend because of it. Really? Wow, we just must teach different students. I get more students on the weekend. I have certain students, like the only time they book me is the weekends. Like maybe they have their regular teacher during the week, then weekends. So I feel like I get to meet more new students, but my regulars come on the weekends too. Yeah, Heather fully booked all the time. Me too. So, yeah, I'm actually going to have to go in 4 minutes, you guys. I was able to start earlier today, but that is the downside of me having to go somewhere, is that whether I'm done talking to you guys or not, I just have to end this at a certain time. I think everybody goes through burnout when they first start, Yeah, well, I'm at a 1-year burnout, but it also, as you guys heard me, it's because of the personal life too. But things are going really a lot better with my daughter. Just to give a quick personal update, maybe we'll see how it goes. School just started, but maybe she could add another class. And if she does, that'll cut off my last 3 classes at VIPKID. So then I'm really going to come to you, Kim, for iTutor. My regulars are all during Monday through Friday, which works for me. Yeah. If I had a full schedule Monday through Friday, that'd be awesome. But like today I had 2 slots. I had 3 slots as of last night. I had one that did book short notice, but I had 2 slots go unbooked today. So on the weekdays, the weekends are always full. So glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in like 3 minutes. 11 more to 100 subscribers. I know. Somebody else subscribed to me. Even if I got one more, I could be at 90. Yes. Kim, just hit me up if you decide I will help an interview. Yeah, it'll probably be like a few more months. Well, it would be great if it could. It would be wonderful because that means my daughter will add another class. So if it is less than a few months, that would be a good thing, but probably a few months. All right. Oh, hi, Tasha. All right. I like when I didn't even see her. I missed where she said hello. Anyways, you miss a lot in the chat. You guys, I always go back and watch later to see what I missed. Oh, you're in Puerto Rico. I'm jealous of you. It must be beautiful. Right? It must be beautiful there. Yeah, I would love to be in Puerto Rico. Except when there's a hurricane. That one hurricane you guys had a few years ago, my neighbors were in the Virgin Islands and they got stuck there. So, yeah. And they have been back since. I thought they were going to never go back. All right, guys. Well, I'd love to talk to you more, but I have to end at a certain time now because of driving my daughter to school, and she's over there. She's seeing where I am because it's time to go. All right, bye, everyone. Jai Jian. Bye.